check. Hello, 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 welcome back. Welcome to the stream. This is day 13 of streaming. I'm Cam, aka Humble Footman, and I've been having a lot of technical difficulties today with the new Windows update and Streamlabs update. And nobody's cooperating. The programs aren't cooperating with each other. So that's why I'm a little late today. Plus, we had a showing on our house. So I had to get out of the house, and it was, of course, right in the middle of stream time. But we're back. And life is good, and we get to play video games and hang out in the chat, which is good. I'll be playing Pillars of Eternity. This is day 13 of Pillars. I've been having a blast with this game. Just to bring you up to speed, I'm reading all the quest text. I'm not doing like a completionist playthrough 100% or anything, but we are exploring all the content, White March 1 and 2 and Deadfire, and yeah, so just to really appreciate everybody that's stopping by, saying hello, and checking out the stream, and would really appreciate if you'd follow me on Twitch. I'm working on the YouTube channel right now. I've got it 90% of the way there, so I'm just gonna do a couple of tweaks. We've also got some new channel art coming our way, just to spruce up the channel a little bit, from Matchwolf, who's the man. So that's coming along soon. But anyway, thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you really like the stream, and I hope you stick around. So without further ado, let us get into the game. Let us get into the game. Pillars of Eternity. And I'm just gonna do one more sound check on my phone to make sure that we have audio coming in. Yes. Yes. Okay, that's good. That means we've got things fixed and in order and working. If I can adjust my chair properly. It's a go. I'm very glad. So we just started White March Part 1 yesterday. Found out that we were a little bit too high of a level, so it asked if we wanted to scale our level. I chose not to, mainly because I'm just more interested in getting through this story than I am having like a really hard challenge. I don't play this game to go challenge mode on my first run anyway. I don't feel like I've mastered it by any means, and yeah, there's just a lot of content to get through, and not get through, but we get to play through it, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. So that's why I'm more into this story. I just want to play along, read the quest text, hang out with you guys. This.
It's a wonder anybody stayed at all.
So we're gonna go to the inn. We want to swap out Zawa. I don't think we really want him. More interested in the Cipher, grieving mother. So let's head to the Gref's Rest, where we have not been yet. It's amazing how many quests we're getting. We're just picking up.
Don't see the harm. Building's thirsty work.
Yeah, just walking around. Everyone's just throwing quests at us. Just Hail Marys. Just throwing them. Alright, so where's my party management screen here? I think I do it from the innkeeper, so.
All right then.
I am hungry enough to eat an entire person. Do they serve human flesh in these lands, or is it one of those progressive nations?
Of course.
Zawa.
Ooh. Still can't feel my fingers.
Fira. Cook. Where's the barkeep?
Owena! Go check on that Orland. Make sure he don't steal nothing.
Alright, let's talk.
Never seen such a bloodbath. Feels like we got half the town's survivors in here, just drinking to forget it.
Sorry, my dude. You must be referring to the orcs.
But you must be looking for some refreshment, too,
yes.
After the way you handled them ogres. Or perhaps a room. Say the word and I'll give that shifty little Orland the boot.
What Orland?
Showed up a few days ago. Sticks his nose out of the back room just long enough to empty his chamber pot.
He squints toward the hall as if daring the Orland to show himself.
Up to no good, I tell you. I'd like nothing more than to see him gone, but I don't want to ruckus over it.
I could talk to him?
I'd appreciate it. And I suppose I don't need to remind you that I don't want you to hurt him. I'm sure you can find a more discreet way of handling the problem.
Very well. Just one sec here. Just going to turn that off so I don't have to listen to myself. There we go. Get the chat. Turn my phone off. There we go. Okay, great. Okay, back to the game.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Let me see what refreshments you've got. Aloth leans in and whispers, "Are you sure, Footman? I think I saw a fish head floating in the stew pot."
Nothing like a pint to take the chill off.
Mm-hmm. There we go. All right, we're going to get rid of
Very well.
Zawa and bring back Palagina. There we go. And, oops, just want to see. Yes, he's got camping supplies, lockpicks. Let's grab all those. We don't need to stay at the inn. Or do we? Maybe we could.
Hey,
We could. Let's stay the night.
Back to warm your hands. Top quality bear pelts on every bed. You won't be disappointed.
Excellent. Yeah, just a copper minnow, please. It's a great name. Copper minnow. It's a great name. Oh, there we go. Hireling payday. You lose some money. No problemo. Okay. So, let's see here. We've got our
Hey.
party back in order. Hey. Now let's explore the rest of the tavern here. I think we've got a few people to talk
of
to.
course.
You looked like you wanted to talk to us.
Thought I'd found shelter when I stumbled across this little village. Guessing you did too, huh?
Fira raises a frosty mug to you. Even though the warmth of the hearth reaches you here, her hands are wrapped in rye wool and her ears muffled by a hat. Her face has the taut, wind-beaten look of someone who's recently come from the road.
As much blood as there was in the streets, I'm lucky the ale's still flowing.
She takes a drink, and she tilts her head back. You see a bruise purpling her jaw, and the crimson bloom of scraped knuckles. What exactly happened to you?
Thought all the whispers about Durgan's battery were just village superstition. And maybe they are. But I might have been on my guard if I'd listened. I was part of an expedition, hunting for relics from Durgan's battery. I picked up a good haul, too.
She takes a slow swallow of her beer.
So it figures that's when the winds pick up and the sky starts dumping snow. We lost sight of the road. Meanwhile, something else found us. Took Liam out before we even realized we were surrounded. And then we see him coming out of the snow. These little four-armed wilder. Lagufoth, they're called.
She shakes her head, staring at the embers in the fire pit.
Quick little bastards. Francesca and I held them off as long as we could, but when they filled her full of darts, I turned tail and ran.
Darts?
Found my way here and thanked my luck for escaping the Lagufoth. Then come to find out that this town's got an ogre problem.
She laughs bitterly. What are you going to do now?
I need to get those artifacts. Not that I'm in any shape to go after them myself. But I can't afford to return to Defiance Bay without something to show for my expedition.
Apprehension creeps across her expression. She stares into her mug, swirling its contents.
But you know how to navigate the wilds. You'd be able to find your way out there and back with no trouble, I'd wager.
She looks up from her mug, hopeful.
I'll give you a cut for anything you bring back, of course. I ain't asking for charity. I just can't afford to go home empty-handed.
Tell me what you're looking for.
Like I said, we were treasure hunting near Durgan's battery when we were ambushed. What else do you want to know?
Why are these relics so important to you?
We took out several loans to pay for our trip out here. I'm gonna have trouble if I don't pay them back.
Remind me where I can find your caravan?
What's left of it should be near Durgan's battery. If you stumble across the Lagufoth, you'll know you're close.
Okay. What do you know about Durgan's battery?
Just that it's been locked up tight for 200 years on account of those dwarves having a row. Which means that any trinkets from inside fetch a nice price. Sorry, I'm more of a businesswoman than a historian.
Right, goodbye. Travel up the mountain toward Durgan's battery. We can do this. Alright, there's another guy down here. Bard, what say ye? Okay. Nothing going on there. Let's check out the rooms. Let's get our loot on.
Steady does it.
Obi-Wan, let's go. Welcome back, my man. We're into the White March now, my friend. Who dis? Owena. I have a feeling like you're gonna leave. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of. I ran the Windows update last night, Had a whole bunch of problems getting the stream up and going today because they've changed all the way that they manage your sound settings. And so I had this digital preamp that was managing all of my sound, and it wasn't compatible with what Windows has done. So I had all these technical issues I had to take care of before I could go live today. So I'm a bit late, but I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I'm very well. Feeling good. Ate some good food today. And I get to play some video games for you and whoever else wants to hang out. So life is good. How are you doing today?
Not to be rude, but I'm rather busy. Can't you get another room?
The Orlin turns and glances past you with a quick, nervous motion. His ears, shredded and scalloped at the edges, are pressed against his skull. This one hides something. His mind is a maze of fear. Hefrick sent me to check on you. He thinks you're up to something. Hefrick sent me to check on you. He dislikes Orlin, so of course he thinks you're up to something. We can leave that part out. We'll just say he thinks you're up to something.
What? Oh no. No.
He runs his claws through his hair and tugs at his long, ragged ears. Can't imagine why he'd think a thing like that.
Is she there? Did you see her?
He leans around you, peering at the doorway. Who are you talking about?
Devala. That woman. The slaver, she... I was a slave in Raid Ceres. I ran away. Made it here. The mountains are usually the best place to lose slavers, but Devala's one of the best.
His hands tremble as he picks at his worn tunic. That's terrible. There must be something we can do.
I just want to get out of here. I've scraped together enough money to reach New Haelmar.
Okay. New Haelmar? That's hardly an improv. He stops himself, eyes wide. I mean, it's lovely. You'll love it.
But the locals talk about a Raid Saren party, camped west of town.
He worries at a ragged shirt sleeve.
It's got to be Devala. She's been after me since the foothills. I'll pay you if you can get rid of her. I don't care how.
Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you. But be careful. She wouldn't have come alone.
Very well. Track down the slave hunter. Can do that. We can do that. Let's check out the downstairs. Anybody home? Ooh, some gambling going on down here. Can't loot anything without being seen.
10 Ponds says he trips them.
You're awful.
Let's do a quick save here and see if we can get some gambling going. The hero of the hour, he laughs. Hey, Frick, send you down to check on us? We aren't causing trouble, on my word. Who are you? Ten Leg. He raises his mug. Humble fisherman. Though with the ogres coming down all the time, well, I'd sooner fish for truth down a bottle for the time being. What are you playing? Dozens. Care to test your luck? Each of us puts down 50 pans. 3 wins and you take the 100. Could explain the rules if you like. What are the rules? It's simple enough. Winner takes all. We roll 3 dice each. Get 3 4s and that's the dozen. Beats all the other rolls. You roll anything else, that sums to 12. That's the towers, second best. You roll any other triples, that's a god hammer. You get a pair, that's the witnesses. 1, 2, and 3 is the saint, that's the lowest. Okay. Any other roll is talkers, doesn't amount to anything. So you roll the dice again, you get it? Okay, I'll play. Ten Leg reaches forward to gather up his dice. Right, here we go, coins on the table. Pay 50 pans. I'll let you go first since you're new. Ten Leg chuckles. Roll the dice. You cast the dice. 1, 3, 6. Talkers. Okay, roll the dice. You cast the dice. 1, 4, 4. That's a pair, so value 1. Okay. Your turn. 10 link rolls the dice. 2, 4, 4. Witnesses. Value 2. Okay. Ha! My witnesses beats your witnesses. Looks like I win. What? We both had a pair of 4s. Roll the dice. You cast the dice. 5, 6, 6. Witnesses. Value 5. Your turn. Okay. Damn, your witnesses beats my witnesses. The round's yours. So I guess the die beside it is, determines the value. Okay. Roll the dice. Witnesses value 2. Your turn. The saint. Oh. Your witnesses beats the saint. The round's yours. Oh, okay. Nice. You cast the dice. 1, 2, 6 talkers. Roll the dice. 2, 3, 4 talkers. Roll the dice. 3, 4, 6 talkers. Witnesses value 6. Your turn. 10 link rolls the dice. Talkers. 10 link grumbles and picks up his dice again. Towers value 6. Ah, my towers beats your witnesses. Looks like I win. 10 link reaches forward to gather up his dice. Even so far. Go on then. Roll the dice. The saint. 10 link rolls his dice. 3, 4, 6 talkers. Witnesses value of 2. My witnesses beats your the saint. Looks like I win. And the game is mine. Don't take it too hard, friend. You can always try again. 10 leg reaches forward to pull his winnings in toward himself. Okay. Yeah, let's try again. I'll play. Let's see what happens when we win. Witnesses, value 5. Your turn. Talkers. 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 Towers. Man. Okay, roll the dice. Your turn. Talkers. Talkers. Witnesses. Man, he's kicking my butt. Value 1. Dang. All right, let's try again. Keep going. Value 2. Man, he's 2 out of 3 already. I'm not rolling very good. Jeepers. I just want to win once. Is it? Hayfrick doesn't like me making a ruckus upstairs, so I got the cellar to myself. I don't go digging in his stores. Alright, let's try again. Got lots of copper. Ugh, it's like the worst thing we can roll. Yep, he wins. Roll the dice. Talkers. Yes, towers value 6. I don't understand why that's... Oh, because it adds up to 12. That's why, okay. Yeah, okay. Roll the dice. Witnesses, value 6. Excellent. Beat that. The dozen? Come on. Are you serious? Talkers. Witness value 1. Man. This guy's robbing me. Gather up his debt. Even so far, go on then. Okay. Witnesses value 6. What's he get? Value 2. Excellent. Ready? Use luck, man. I have no luck. I know you would. Win 50 copper. All right, value 4. Picks up his dice. What's he get? Value 3. Beauty. I think we're up 2-1 now. Talkers. All right, that's pretty good. Towers value 6. Oh, he ties. Jeepers. All right. Talkers. Value 3, that's okay. It's average. Ugh. Yeah. All right, we're tied 2-2 now. Witnesses value 4. Oh my gosh. I think that's it. I think he wins. Oh, even so far. Go on then. Okay. Witnesses value 3. Witnesses value 3. Even again. Witnesses value 5. And he gets a 2. Okay, we're up 1. Yes. Yes. Don't get too smug. I'll best you next time. Okay. Is that it? Oh, okay. I thought maybe it would unlock something, like we could play for more money or whatever. Yeah, got him. Okay.
Of course.
Well, that was a waste of time and money. We lost 150 gold there. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, let's talk to Hefrick.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Oh, okay. So he's not interested in knowing about the Orlin in the back. He just wants me to get rid of him. So let's explore the rest of the town. Let's explore. One sec here. I'm just gonna see about putting my phone on silent. Timer. There we go. Okay. There we go. Beauty. All right. So we haven't really explored anywhere yet. So let's just head around. Dolly says, "You ever get into Fortnite Battle Royale?" It's hard, man. Have to reteach myself. I spent 8 hours playing it yesterday. I have not gotten into it. I've certainly watched a lot of it on Twitch, like Ninja and Tim the Tatman.
Been looking everywhere for you.
Yeah. You getting into it? Teodoro, the man, is sweating despite the cold. He opens his mouth to speak, but all that comes out is a loud, hacking cough. He bends forward, bracing his hands and his thighs, while he heaves and gasps. After a lengthy duration, he raises a finger, still panting. All Hefrick's fault. Damn fool sent me to the other side of town, looking for you. At last he stands. He wipes his dripping brow with the back of his hand and then offers that hand to you in greeting. Dolly says, "It's so hard, very different than PUBG, but it's a lot of fun with friends. Like, the shooting is similar, but the strategy is nuts." Yeah, I've watched those guys play it quite a bit. Yeah, it's like they have set builds that they do. Like, they build a wall around them and then a ramp up and a wall around and a ramp up, and then they build. I see them building. Like, if they're building a large ramp, then they'll support it with 2, so that if you knock down the bottom, it doesn't take out the whole thing, and then you fall and take fall damage and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's the most popular game being played right now, for sure. It gets into crazy build battles, which as you get better at it is kind of cool. Yeah, yep, it is cool. Shake his hand. Firm handshakes. Pleasure to meet you. I'm captain of the militia around here. Really? I didn't see you during the ogre attack. Alright, nice to meet you. I wanted to catch you before you went running off into the wilds. See, there's a few dangerous folk you might be on the lookout for. Oh, really? Plus, if you're heading out to Longwatch Falls, I thought you might could pick up a thermal pearl for me. He looks away and twists the toe of his boot into the snow. You want me to find a thermal pearl for you? That's the thing. I've already found it. I just need someone else to go and get it. Saw it in the hot springs up near Longwatch Falls. Would have grabbed it myself, but that's when I looked around and saw the Lagofaith. Must have been 50 of them. He spreads his arms wide. I would have fought, but I started to wonder what the rest of Stalwart would do without me, so I ran. For the sake of the village, of course. What's a thermal pearl, anyway? They form in the hot springs. Something to do with all the minerals in the water. Interesting. Smell kind of funny, but they're full of minerals. Just have to crumble them into a pint. He grins, and you notice that his gums are bleeding. They cure scurvy. Like I said, the pearl's in one of the thermal pools near Longwatch Falls. Shouldn't be hard to spot. Tell me more about Longwatch Falls. It's east of... Why is my phone doing this? East of Stalwart. Got some nice views of the valley, but most folk avoid it these days. Plenty of wilder nearby, and it only takes a few inches of snow to block the pass. If you're heading out that way, I suggest talking to Thirsk. He's might have something to help you deal with the Lagfath. Okay, that's all I need to know. Farewell. Travel Longwatch. Do.
They've destroyed the stockade, Mother. It's...
Enough. They're gone.
She holds up a hand, which is missing the final joint of the ring finger. But it's her voice, sharp and steely, that silences the young man. I see glowers at his toes. She turns to you with dark circles under her eyes and a smile pulled taut across her thin lips.
The deliverer of Cadnua. Thank you for making the journey. Abidan knows it's a long one. Well, I'm sure you wagered on a more civilized welcome. Still, we're much obliged for your capable intervention.
She shoots the young man a brief but stern glare. He pulls a knife from his belt and an apple from his pocket and sets to work. Traveling place like this, can't imagine why you don't see more visitors. It was no trouble. I'm here to help however I can.
Then perhaps you can help us find something.
Sure. She folds the page in her hand with a quick and merciless pinch.
Stalwart isn't much more than a grease stain on a map. What roads we've got in the White March are basically tracks in the snow. And for every trader or adventurer that comes through, 3 of our own leave for good. But it weren't always so. There was a time when kings and queens sent their firstborn to these mountains, when the White March was the envy of empires.
Her eyes shine, and for an instant she looks like a much younger woman. How the mighty have fallen. What an era that must have been for the White March.
The Pargrin dwarves transformed the White March once. We could bring some of that greatness back to Stalwart. But we need the White Forge.
Never heard of it.
Of course. Been over 200 years since anyone's felt so much as a summery breeze near it.
She smooths the creased map.
I'm hoping you can do something about that.
She ignores the young man, who shakes his head at the crackling logs. I've worked with my hands, but smithing was never my specialty. How so?
We've been trying to breach Durgan's battery for over a year now. Problem is, the other expeditions can't so much as dent the front door.
She rubs at her fatigue-shadowed eyes. Tell me about these other expeditions.
12 different groups have come through at our request, and several more besides. Been hoping that one of them could clear the way through Durgan's battery. But young or old, green or seasoned, it don't seem to matter. They cast their spells, chisel at the door, and search the grounds until they've worn new treads into the old stone. The lucky ones eventually go home. Plenty more find themselves on the wrong side of a blizzard, or an ogre raiding party.
Why the sudden interest in the White Forge?
We're an old mining town. Or we were until the Adirans pulled out and left us with a half-dug mine shaft and something resembling an inn.
She thumps the sturdy wooden wall with her fist.
Since then, it's been a steady decline. You've seen the roads. Isn't much we can produce that the Valians can't ship cheaper.
It is what we do.
But the White Forge, well, if we could fire it up again and start producing Durgan steel, or something close to it, wouldn't matter if we're in the White March or the Living Lands, business would come.
She folds her arms and gives you a stiff nod. The young man says nothing, but he tosses a sliver of the apple peel into the fireplace. And that's why you need my help.
That's the long and short of it. We're laborers and fisherfolk, not adventurers. But Durgan Steel could put Stalwart on the map again, open up the mines, bring in new business. We just need the White Forge.
Why is Durgan Steel so special?
Because you can shave stone with it, cleave cast iron in two, and the stuff's as rare as it is remarkable.
In her enthusiasm, Renengild shifts on the balls of her feet. She props one bent arm on the other, pointing distractedly toward the eaves of the house. Steel is steel. It may be light and it may take an edge well, but her Complanca, the legends grow with each passing year.
If we could make something even half as good, we'd have a market at our doorstep and work enough for all of Stalwart.
For a split second, her gaze flickers to Uldric. How is it no one's gotten into Durgan's battery yet?
Where should I start? Ogres, blizzards, or sheer damned inaccessibility?
She ticks the items off her fingers.
It ain't for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much. Got untold riches in Durgan steel lying just inside, and never mind the White Forge itself. The Adirans who first settled Stalwart tried to crack it. So did the Valians, and every other cocky adventurer with more metal than sense.
She folds her arms, shaking her head at a pitted floorboard.
But the place has a funny way of sealing itself up. Front door stays shut, the tower entrances are clogged with rubble, and it's been impossible to blast a way in.
Renengild trails off, and for a moment the room is silent, but for the popping and cracking of the fire. What happened to Durgan's battery?
It don't bear dwelling on. There's too many superstitions about that place as it is.
She weaves her mangled hand in a broad crescent, averting her gaze.
Killed each other off. Or so the old books say.
He glares at Renengild through hooded eyes.
Plenty of tales to go around, but none of them open the battery. And the last thing people need is another reason to fear the place. Whatever it was, the other Pargrin dwarven settlements in the White March, Bone Picker, the Hawk, and the rest, emptied out not long after, moved to gentler, greener lands.
Had the right idea, if you ask me.
I don't see why you need the White Forge to make good steel.
Finally, someone talking sense.
That's Taliesin Jaffe. He raises his knife and half-peeled apple to the fire in a dramatic gesture of exasperation.
Durgan steel wasn't just good. It was some of the best. We need the best if we're going to keep Stalwart alive.
She glares at Uldric, even while she speaks to you.
No one alive today has seen the White Forge, but the old stories tell that it was powerful, glowed white-hot, and gave off a steady, even heat, unlike any other furnace. Let better-schooled folk puzzle over how the thing was built. I just want to see it put to use.
Tell me about the Pegrin dwarves.
Pargrin's a word in their language.
Pargrin.
Means traveler. They've been wanderers for generations, but I couldn't tell you much more.
All right, any idea where I should begin?
The battery's up the mountain to the north, a good hike away.
She jerks her head in the direction of the slope behind the house.
Near Galvino's place, huh?
Uldric says it in a breezy tone, but Renengild falls suddenly silent, consternation hardening the lines on her face. He smiles and draws his knife across the apple again.
So it is. though I was going to suggest dealing with that ogre camp before anything.
Who's Galvino?
Mestre Galvino, as the old crosspatch prefers it, lives by himself and keeps the wilder and beasts at bay through sheer foulness of his temper.
She means to say he's a skilled smith and animancer, who's lived in the shadow of Durgan's battery for over a decade.
He looks over his shoulder at you and Renengild. And by Animancy's flimsy standards, that makes him an expert, does it? He folds his arms.
And he butters his bread on both sides and fits his left shoe before his right. But that's neither here nor there.
She crosses her arms and crumples the page in one tightening fist. I see.
Ain't nobody here fond of the man, but he's a clever hand and a quick study. It's a fool who thinks he stayed so close to the battery without figuring something about it.
You said as much to the last party, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Maybe they didn't run afoul of Baragon's ogres after all.
She raises a gray eyebrow at him. Aldrich shrugs and turns back to the fire.
Just watch your step. Galvino's place is a ways east of the battery, and folk who pass it bring unsettling tales.
Tell me about the ogre camp.
Belongs to Flames That Whisper, Matron Baragon's clan. Hunters tell me they've been active of late.
Hunting elk and otherwise minding their own damn business.
He pops an apple wedge into his mouth and chews it aggressively.
Minding their own business. Never mind the latest expedition's disappearance or the broken stockade.
She pinches the bridge of her nose, squinting.
I'm saying we shouldn't agitate him further.
He makes to toss another slice of peel into the fire, but he fumbles. Whoops. Sec here, guys. But he fumbles and drops his knife. He bends to pick it up, cursing. What does this matron have to do with anything? If you want me to kill some ogres, just say so. I'll gladly confront Baragon if it will help Stalwart. It's not my problem if your village can't defend itself. What do you guys think? What does the matron have to do with anything? If you want me to kill some ogres, just say so. I'll gladly confront Baragon if it will help Stalwart.
One less matron would make our walls safer. What's left of them anyway.
Okay.
Also, Baragons like to have whatever the last expedition found. Rumor has it they disappeared near her turf.
Interesting. So you're saying there's loot there? She crosses her arms and looks over to Uldric.
Killing a matron will only make our problems worse. The way to approach Baragon is with your hands held high.
If anyone could parley with an ogre, I suppose it'd be you. But they aren't known for their patience with prattle.
Got it.
Good. Before you leave town, stop by the Grave's Rest. Most visitors to Stalwart spend some time there, so Hafric and his patrons may be able to give you the lay of the land.
Very well. We've already been there, but don't know about you, but I'm parched all of a sudden. All right. Hey. All right, let's go see, let's go back to the Grave's Rest. See if anybody has any new information for us. Perhaps they'll let us stay for free. Then. Because we're a helpful bunch.
Figured you'd be out of here in a flash after the fighting died down. Most people don't stick around after they figure out the ogres are making regular visits.
This is Taliesin Jaffe as well.
I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know, if I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? Don't see why Havric's still sour at me.
What's this about Hafric?
Oh, Havric's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenland liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again. As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
Seems reasonable to want to save it for a special occasion. You hid away while everyone risked their lives?
That's what Havric said, actually. Look, I'm not proud of it, but I'm no warrior. What am I gonna do? Throw a net on them?
And now you're worried about some fancy drink?
They say a single drop changes your life. You'll never want to have a drink of anything else. Probably that's all rubbish, but it's supposed to be very good.
I see.
It's delusional is what it is. Point of fact, what with you dealing with ogres and everything, maybe you'd, you know, be willing to help me out.
Oh, bravo. Subtle indeed.
Averick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on.
And what do I get out of this?
I'll pay you for it. I swear it. We'll split my wages. And the bottle, too, if you like. I just want to be able to say these lips have tasted the best the Ishamael Plains have to offer.
Anyone ever tell you you're a little strange, Rayfeld?
Nothing so kind. You try living here a few years and see how you turn out.
Okay.
Please, tell me you found it. I've got a...
There we go. All right, let's talk to the innkeeper and see if we can't just buy a bottle. Let's just talk to him straight up. Anybody else want to talk to us about ogres? Hey,
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
I thought you might want to know that Rayfold asked me to steal your liquor.
He did he? That shifty little crook never learns. I'll have it put away somewhere safe. Thank you for doing the decent thing. Here, for your honesty.
Well, that was easy. Did we talk to Andred and Kitty? I don't think so. Hey there, good timing. You can watch me trounce birth twin. Alcohol and sharp objects. This won't end well. Once Andred. You won once. What are you playing? Orland's head. Andred grins sheepishly. That's what they call it anyhow. Smooth. You pick a target. See, nose or ears. Nose is worth more, but you've got 2 ears to work with. You get less points the further out from the target you get. So for the mouth and eyes, no points if you miss. Fancy a game? Throw 3 throws each, and whoever gets the most points by the end of it wins the wager. I'll put down 50 pans if you will. Sure, let's play. Andrew pulls a throwing knife from his belt, turning it over in his hands. Continue. Wager's 50 pans. You win? Let's play. Good man. I'll go first, just to show you how it's done. Andrew aims carefully and throws his blade. The knife hits the ear, scoring 7. Andrew walks up to retrieve the knife. Your turn. I'm going to aim for the ears. The knife hits the eye, scoring 5. Okay. Andrew aims carefully and throws his blade. The knife hits the nose, scoring 10. Jeepers, it's a bullseye. Your turn. Alright, I gotta go for the nose now. The knife hits the nose, scoring 10. Excellent. Andrew aims carefully and throws his blade. Hits an eye, scoring 5. Okay, we're down 2, so let's go ears. Hits the mouth, scoring 5. Okay, we're still down 2. It's 20 for you and 22 for me. The game is mine. Coin, 2. Andrew snickers. Come on back if you want to try again. Okay.
Hey.
I don't want to try again. But thank you. Losing all my money. Losing all my money.
And the fire shows me something new.
Easy there. Ouch.
I fear we've lost the angry one.
What?
Hey.
I'm not sure why she did that.
That's settled.
There we go. Potion of power. Okay. These guys don't care that we're looting. Wonderful. All right, let's get our loot on then. Let's check for traps over here.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Here we go. Grain. Great. Great. What we got here? Lots of goodies. Let's hide out for a sec. See if we can't get the rest of this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Go, go, go. Oh, can't quite get there. Can't quite get there. Let's see if they care. Let's do a quick save here. It's just rice. I don't need a rice.
Hey.
Steady does it.
All right. Set off all the traps. Took some damage. Couple of gems. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you? Top quality bear pellet.
I'd like a room. The price go down? Yeah, it went down 10%. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Not sure why, but hey, why not? Wonder if you could save the rice for your boat crew in PoE 2, because you'll need it then. Huh. Interesting, Obi-Wan.
You find anything?
Not yet. Anybody know about ogres in here? Rowena?
Excuse me, was there something you need?
Negative. Aleph?
Is she there? Did you find Avala?
Not yet. Okay. Thought we were supposed to talk to someone about the ogres here, but maybe she was just referring to the fact that we got the discount, because it looked like we were 10% off at the end there, so that's great. Saved us 5 coppers. Alright. Let's check out the rest of these places. We'll start with Thana's house. Nice. Camping supplies. Nice, nice, nice. Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, then.
Tana.
Gone? Have those nasty brutes finally left?
Yes.
I heard the ogres outside, tearing down walls and murdering folk. Don't remember how things got this bad.
The elderly woman needs her hands. Her knuckles are swollen knobs, and her palms are ridged with calluses that scrape and rasp as she rubs them together.
But you're the new adventurer. Renengild's latest volunteer.
She squints at you, leaning precariously forward on her wobbling legs.
A real spitfire, she told me. Bet you'd whip those layabouts at the mine into shape.
I'd like to ask you something.
Did you say something, dear?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? I was the overseer at the mine, back when it was running. Got shut down decades ago when we couldn't sell or ship the stuff. But I still remember plenty about the mining business. and I got as many folk as I can digging out the entrance.
She taps her head, a spotted dome under a thinning thatch of hair.
Been praying to the salty wench that I don't forget too much afore they finish the job.
That's all.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Later. Let's see if Durance can...
I can do that. That's settled.
Grab a few things here. Okay. No. Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Here we go. So, Obi-Wan, you're saying that rice is the most precious item available in this game?
Me and Sledge are thinking about heading down, joining a caravan over to Dawning.
Dawning? What for? You like your ogres bigger?
We'd have work at least, and I'm damn sick of fish.
Choosy beggars. I don't think we've gone in the fishery yet. Obi-Wan says, lol, no, just the start of food for your boat crew. Okay. They eat a lot, gets expensive. Okay. Okay.
We should check the barrels for more crazy monks.
Matt Mercer.
Back to work, everyone. No time for dallying.
Matt Mercer again.
A fine thing you reached us when you did. They would have burned the fishery next, mark my words.
He wraps your hand in a sturdy handshake.
And the last thing this lot needs is another excuse to knock off early.
He raises his voice at this last remark and glowers around the room. The other fisherfolk look studiously away and focus on mending nets, gutting fish, and sorting the day's catch. I can't imagine why they'd be in a hurry. He looks as if he's trying not to breathe.
Anyway, excuse the mess. If there's something you need, the clerk can get you sorted.
He raises a graying eyebrow at a man sorting various stocks and supplies near the back of the room.
Just watch your step if you have a mind to look around. The floors are slick and none too pleasant to fall on.
I've got questions about the fishery.
Been running it 4 decades now. I reckon I can tell you what you want to know.
Seems like a big operation.
It may stink of fish guts, but there's no place more critical to Stalworth's survival.
He nods, a blush of pride rising above his beard.
Herds come and go, so there's seasons when our catch sustains the village.
He glances around the fishery, bustling with activity and warm with the heat of the cook fire.
But try telling these folk as much. We go home each day covered to the elbows in fish oil and entrails, reeking of our work.
His eyes soften with the gaze of a stern but loving father. Charming.
Stalworth's shrinking, but it would disappear if we lost the fishers. I drive him hard, but I can't afford to do otherwise.
Yes, of course. What do you do here?
Just about everything. I track the day's catches and see that our nets and hooks are in working order.
He crosses his arms over his broad chest, throwing his shoulders back.
My family's been in charge of the fishery since the early days of Stalworth. I know the best spots to find frost dive or an iron-toothed pike, and I make sure we don't overfish the speckleback.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Need anything else?
Nope. Okay. Thought we might get a quest. Probably at a later time. We'll be back at a later time. Manaha, who that?
Say, I don't suppose you've seen any mysterious old buildings in the mountains lately, have you?
Why is that so loud? Sorry, guys. I hope it's just that one. The Amau wears an assortment of bangles, bands, cuffs, and chains as thick as armor. She watches you with raised eyebrows and eyes gleaming with mirth. Let's see if it's still going to be super loud.
No,
Nope.
but I've heard that name a
Okay.
lot around here.
Jeepers. Sorry, guys. Just that one random volume spike.
I'm
Continue.
looking for the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. It's an obscure temple dedicated to Andra.
Why are you looking for the Abbey?
I'm a gift bearer. My job is to gather tokens of things people want forgotten and surrender them to the Lady of Lament. Best place to do that is the Abbey of the Fallen Moon.
What kinds of tokens do you take?
Anything that represents a moment or a memory someone wishes to leave behind. Love notes, awkward family heirlooms, bad poetry, the kinds of things you want to forget.
I see.
I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and the ones that have, no one knows where it is.
Barbarians always shout, says Obi-Wan. Yeah. That's like double volume. That's crazy. Or more. I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and of the ones that have, no one knows where it is.
So I'm trying to think of this as an extended holiday in a remote mining village that smells like fish.
I've got business in the region. We could travel together.
You won't regret it. I've got a lovely singing voice.
Okay.
And the company's welcome.
She winks at Pelagina. Okay. I don't think we're going to use her. I think we're just going to stick with our original party, but that's nice. Journey to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Okran. Okay, we've already talked to Okran. Have we been inside the temple yet? I would like to rage. Nope. Okay. Laughter. Veins course under this woman's pale skin like icy fissures, yet when she speaks, her voice flows warm and soothing. Andra welcomes you to into her embrace. Her features soften with compassion. We're here to ease the pain of your past, ready to take your burdens. With a thin smile, she nods. If you let the goddess help you with your hardships, of course. I want to ask you about Okran's heirloom. The dwarf already asked. We gave him the counsel he needed. Slight irritation sharpens her tone. She seems to catch herself, modulating her voice back to a pleasant timbre. And naturally, we'll do what we can for you too. Ask what you will. Okran wants his medallion back. She brings her hands together and nods. Ah, Okran. How often we let the shadows of the past become a burden even to others. That medallion, it weighs on Okran's mind. You're kind to help, but what he really needs is to cast away those memories. Isn't that for him to decide? He did. He understood the solace that the goddess can give to those like him. It was explained to him that many have second thoughts, but one does not withdraw something offered to a goddess. In time, the memories fade, and they come to see the wisdom of their original pledge. His belongings, his past, now rests in Andra's realm, to be forgotten so that the wounds of the soul may heal. This is the will of the goddess. Let's suppose Okran has moved on. Tell me where to find the heirloom. I wonder what the village's leader would have to say about that. I feel like... I wonder what the village's leader would have to say about that. You think we don't act in accordance with the local customs? The village knows we're here to help the unfortunate like Okran. They trust us. Let's suppose Okran has moved on. Tell me where his heirloom is. He hasn't, and that's the point. Laughter crosses her arms. Besides, you have no authority here. I can keep asking for a long time. A flash of color invades the priestess's pale skin. I see there is no dissuading you, and you seem, she glances over, a person of will. Very well. Well, that was easy. Who's that? Electrical skateboard. The 97 host. Hey guys. Welcome everybody from Electrical Skateboard's channel. Thanks for stopping by. Please hit that follow button if you don't mind helping out a new streamer. Much appreciate you watching and being here. Please hit that follow. And welcome. Welcome to Humble Footman. Welcome to the channel. And here we go. Akron's heirloom was taken by Ixtli, chosen gift bearer among us, to be cast away as an offering to Andra. Only he knows where. She pauses and looks at you intently. You could ask him yourself, but he's on a trek through the mountains of Durgan's Battery. If you run into Ixtli, tell him he has urgent duties to attend here. Tell me about your gift bearer. Ixtli had business near Durgan's Battery. Those mountains are dangerous. If you insist upon carrying out this request of Akron's, then that's where I'd search for answers. It's hard to believe that only the gift bearer knows where Andra's offerings are cast away. Is it? Our goddess frees us from our earthly burdens. It's best if only one of us knows where they are taken, lest we all end up suffering under their weight. Okay, let me ask you about something else. Tell me about Andra. Andra's the goddess of redemption, deep like an ocean and gentle as a mother. She's here to relieve her children of their darkest burdens. We came here to aid the villagers, to heal the wounds of the past that fester in their souls. I thought Andra was the goddess of loss and mourning, not redemption. That's, the priestess crosses her arms and shifts her weight. Common notion. Others may believe so, but the goddess's mysteries are profound. Her true power lies in redeeming your loss and regret. Okay. I want to know about the gift bearers. Gift bearers do Andra's most valued work. They carry the material burdens of the unfortunate souls into her embrace so that the goddess may help them forget. Okay, very well. It sounds like... Oh, find the gift bearer.
Hey.
So it's probably not the one we've already found. All right. Yeah, I just want to take a sec to say hello to everybody from Electrical Skateboard. Thanks for watching the stream. And if you don't mind smashing that follow button and supporting the channel, that would be very much appreciated. Right on. Thanks for being here. All right, let's continue on. Andra's swordsman. Leave me be. Okay.
Of course.
Just got nothing there. Yeah, man. Been getting one probably once a day. It's good, it's good. As you step outside, the heavy wooden door of the temple slams shut behind you. You hear someone barring it from the outside. It sounds like the priests have engaged in an agitated conversation. You get the sense that they are discussing you, but you're also certain that the door is too thick to eavesdrop through, although there may be other places nearby where you'd stand a better chance. Interesting. The wooden shutters of the temple's windows close tight, muffle a set of voices coming from within the building. You can't quite make sense of the murmur, but cracking a shutter open would likely help. A rusty iron latch holds the window shutters closed. With care, you could unfasten it without being noticed. Sure, let's try and unfasten the latch. You carefully begin to lift the latch from its metal hook. Halfway there, the rusted iron resists with a screech. You freeze, listening to the voices in hopes the priest didn't hear. Their conversation continues uninterrupted. Great. Listen to your ear against the shutters. Let's pour some oil on the latch. I think we have oil. You grab the latch and apply just the right amount of oil, nudging the metal until its rust gives way without a sound. Carefully, you pull the window shutters open enough to let the voices flow through. There we go. You hear a man speaking, his tone agitated. You do that? Hope the mountains will it? What if his sentence cuts as if the man were speaking to all sides of the room. Pose, he tells them instead. What then? You recognize Lafta's voice responding. Why would he? And with all those dangers near the battery, our gift bearer won't delay I expect that... the man interrupts her. You always expect. Look where that's taken us. A dying village, ogres at the walls, Ixtli's not back yet, and now I have to do his His voice drops and seethes, muffling what he has to say. After a moment, Laughter replies, Do you think I wanted this? That I could have known in advance? A pause ensues, its tension growing until the priestess's voice cuts in half. We can't wait for him. We must fish out the last batch, quickly. After that, we'll decide. The man responds in a broken voice, barely audible. You only distinguish the last words. In that russet wood pond, I'll go. Their exchange seems to end. Cautiously, you step away from the window of Andra's temple. Find the gift bearer or search the waters of the russet wood. Ooh. Things are getting saucy. All right. Yudurin, have we talked yet? The Orland bows to you. Ah, the adventurer who saved the village. So good to visit my humble wagon. I am Yudurin. All right, how's business? He gestures at the village around him. Poor, like this place. Not much coin to be made trading in furs and fish. I came to the White March because I assumed there would be no competition. And I have none, because there's nothing to compete over out here. Would you like to trade? If you're not making any money out here, why do you stay? I was rather vocal about my inevitable success with my friends and family. If I give up in return with little more than I left, then his hands ball into fists. No, I won't be like that. I'm not giving up yet. Show me what you have for sale. Ooh, what do we have here? Unique light armor, spell holding, mirrored images, and defiance. Interesting. Who's wearing light armor? Is that Grieving Mother? Yeah. It's a very low DR, though. It's a little too squishy, if you ask me. Ultimate hat of alluring perfection. Of might, of constitution, and simpleton. Oh. So you trade might and constitution for intellect and resolve. Interesting. I don't know if I'm into that. Intellect and resolve. I mean, we don't need it for a dare. We could get it for a dare. Rufik's watchful cloak. Observant of perception +2. +2 enemies needed to flank. Oh. That could be good for a dare as well. Ring of deflection, Riona's buckle, tenacity and hardy. No. Tundra's hood. Gauntlets of accuracy, +5 accuracy. Does everyone have gloves? Yep. Oh no. Aloth doesn't have gloves. Alright, let's get some gloves for Aloth. Let's get that cap for a dare. Because he is a simpleton. And I think that'll be that. Grab these lockpicks. Might as well grab these. Okay, that'll do. And then let's liquidate our assets here. Let's liquidate our assets here. Okay. Nice. All right. So Adair is going to get that helmet, and Aloth. I feel like those are the best gloves for you. Let me see here. Well, it's something. Increase your accuracy, better than nothing. He also needs a belt and boots. Yeah, we're still missing some items. Oh, you know what? Adair doesn't even have gloves. Let's give those to Adair. There we go. You know what? Let's just fill in the armor. So gloves, boots, and belt for Aloth. Let's just take a second to there we go. Let's take a second to buy some gear. Gloves, belt, and boot. Riona's buckle. Tenacity and hardy. I mean, it's not really worth it for the belt. Okay. We'll find some other stuff somewhere else. But we got to remember that. Okie doke. Okie doke. Awesome. Thanks to everyone that stuck around and is watching the channel. Really appreciate you being here. Please hit that follow button if you don't mind. We really appreciate the support. I'm a new streamer trying to get things going, and yeah, thanks very much. Thanks for stopping by. Some meat.
See now what the flame has shown us?
I do. A little silver. All right, let's check out this hut here. Let's check out this hut here. Somebody's home.
It must be soon. 2 days, no more.
This dwarf is busy staring into the fire, slowly puffing away on his pipe. As you greet him, he's visibly startled and his pipe clatters to the floor.
Sorry. Didn't hear you come in. My ears aren't what they used to be.
Okay. He stoops, wincing, to retrieve his pipe. When he rises again, he has a hand against his side. Who are you?
I'm Thiersch. I've lived here long enough that Kith have started calling me the Old Hunter. And that's about all I can say for myself.
Are you hurt?
Wasn't the ogres, I can tell you that. Put a few arrows in one of those and they generally have the good sense to back off. But I've been hunting this wolf for near a year now. A man-eater. Cunning, nasty thing. Every time I get close, it just slips away. The beast has already claimed many lives. The first victim was my son, Saldrin.
Thiersch looks down at his pipe for a moment, features hardening.
Got the better of me this last time. Distracted me long enough for one of its kin to turn up. Nearly bit me clean in half. I'm a few weeks out from trying again.
Where is this beast?
It roams the russet wood out to the west. Seems to have decided the lake is a good place to find prey. Yeah. It's picked off some scattered ogres from time to time. But mostly it's been going after hunters, travelers.
You said this thing is a wolf?
No ordinary wolf. A monster. This creature is big. And I see the signs it leaves behind. The mess it made to the last couple of hunters, and the elk. Doesn't always finish its meals. Damn thing might be sick. Might have a bullet in its jaw. Something. In any case, it needs to be put down.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
It needs doing. But I warn you, this beast is not to be trifled with. It must make its lair somewhere to the west. If you mean to go there, keep your wits about you. Watch yourself on the mountain. In these lean times, everything looks like prey to something.
Farewell. Hunt down the wolf. Okay. Okay. We can do this.
What?
Are you stealthy? No. Alright. Maybe he'll give us something later.
Hey.
For hunting down that wolf. We don't need to steal it right now. Don't need to steal it right now. Well, thanks to everyone that stuck around from Electrical Skateboard Stream. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and watching. Really appreciate the support. Welcome. All right, so in what direction should we head next? Actually, let's go check out this mine first, because we haven't been up here yet. Let's check out this mine first.
Hey.
The smelters haven't seen use in a long time. Hammer and chisel. Okay, so we're in Stalwart Village. All right, let's start east. We'll go to Long Watch Falls. Start east. We'll make our way around. Find the hot springs near Long Watch Falls.
Be cautious.
We will do this. I think we're going to change up our formation a little bit here too. Back to the a little bit longer formation. A few odds and ends lie scattered by the path. There appears to have been a struggle here, but the evidence is half buried under a thin blanket of snow. Wisps of essence hover in the chilly air. Reach into the essence. The soul fragment plunges into your memory. Your name is Ugator. I butchered that, but you've never been more than 20 miles from home, let alone to the White March, and yet you've been climbing steadily higher for a week now. The air is too thin, your clothes are too tight, are too light, and you've barely got another 3 days worth of food with you, but you've never felt better. You've only had a handful of fainting spells since you began your journey. You've had as many in a single day before, but the dreams have been the best part. Despite the frozen, rocky ground and the screeching winds, sleep has found you each night and brought you visions of majestic peaks wrapped in snow. The cold is but a sweet ache in your bones. And as you hike into the wind, you feel that ache spreading along with the certainty that you're getting closer to him or her, your soul twin, a stranger whose soul mirrors your own, one of the few people in Eora who could understand the constant torment of a split soul, and the only person who could help you relieve it. Something approaches through the shroud of snow ahead. You feel a throbbing presence like a heartbeat through linen, and you know. The vision ends abruptly. You find yourself staring at Ugator's scattered belongings, while his elation ebbs from your veins. As his essence fades from you, you feel his eagerness dissolve into disappointment, until all that remains is the emptiness of a meaningless death. Inspect the area. An empty pack lies in the snow. It's been torn nearly in two. Also, muddy tracks churn the ground. It's difficult to discern their shape or number, but they appear to lead north. Okay. Let's explore.
Nice and slow.
Bitter spirits. Ooh, greenstone staff. What is this? It's a soulbound item. Very cool. Grants nature's mark on critical hit plus 1 per encounter. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, these spirits obviously don't mind us having that. Ooh. Hey, Loth, why are you taking so much damage, my dude? Come on. You good? You're good. You're good. Yeah, these guys are tough. These guys are tough. They do like a mass paralysis. Jeepers. We gotta get this guy off our squishy. Alright. This isn't working. This isn't working. Jeepers. This is a harder fight than I was ready for. Alright, not our most elegant fight, but nobody died. So who would we give that staff to then? Wizard, druid, monk. So I don't really have a use for it then, because we only have a wizard in our party. So this would be great for the monk. But we're not really using the monk, right? So, no big deal.
All right then.
All right then. I mean, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Yeah, let's just have a quick camp out here. Rest up. That wasn't a great fight. That wasn't a great fight.
Laying low.
And we'll continue to explore. This tower looks like it was carved from the stone of the cliff. The entrance is collapsed and sealed with ice, but you imagine that it commands an impressive view of the valley below. Very nice. We see some ooze.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to
Ooh,
ourselves.
we have here ice troll. Can we engage this ice troll? Of course we can.
Let's go.
We're having a hard time knocking down the ice troll. How much damage is Footman doing? 34. I'm gonna switch to Thane's Reach and see how that. See how this weapon does. 24. Yeah, so we'll switch back to the scepter. Morgina. Yeah, so our tanking is working out really well now. against the trolls anyway. Trolls aren't too tricky. We've got two of them dominated right now. Oh, they keep regenerating. That's why. It's their troll racial ability. I thought, why are these guys going down? You can see the little green ticks above their heads. Oof. And that one explodes on impact. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Can we cross the river? Not here.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for
Oh,
them.
what are these? Greater ice blights. Interesting. Let's go.
That's not right.
That's taking some serious damage there. What do we have over here? Lag of Faith Sidewinders. Let's see if we can get away. Knock these guys down. Oh, there he goes. Okay, that was not our best move.
Warrior soul.
Not our best move. Nagina's down. Alright,
A gift if the Eothasian doesn't.
Let's try this fight again. We didn't really engage well. Strategically, I should say. We didn't engage strategically.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they found us. See if we can pull them over here.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take out these Lag of Faith first. Yeah, see how squishy they are? They were dealing a ton of damage to us before. We should have taken them down first.
That's not very.
I think we're not doing a lot of damage. I guess we're getting there. We're getting there. We've got one of them dominated. Two of them dominated. So that's helpful. That's helpful. That's been such a huge help, having the charm effects from Aloth. That's been such a huge help. It's because we're doing crush damage. They're immune to crush damage. So let's switch our weapon. Let's see if we do any better. We should give. Oh, okay. We can't change weapons in combat. So, but we should give that sword to Adair as well. We need to switch. Let's give Pelagina Firebrand. See how that helps.
That's it.
I'm ready.
Let's.
That should help. Yeah, we just had too much crushing damage. Everyone was crush. Nice. Got some level ups there. So we'll just have to keep that in mind.
Hey.
Keep that as an alternate weapon set for Adair. That's great. All right, let's get these level ups in. Level 10. Here we come. Survival. And he gets another talent. Oops. Let's go with bonus knockdown. Could be really good. Aspirant's mark. It could be good. It could be good. No. Adventurer. So poleaxe is stock flail, wand, warbow. Battle axe, sword, morningstar crossbow. Let's try soldier. Great sword, pike, warhammer, arbalest, and arquebus. No. Noble. Dagger, rapier, mace, scepter, rod. No. What's savage attack again? It's modal, 20% melee damage, -5 melee accuracy. That could be good. Savage attack. It's modal. By attacking with unbridled ferocity, characters are able to sacrifice melee accuracy for a significant boost in damage. Let's try savage attack. Let's try savage attack. He's getting a lot of accuracy buffs, so let's see.
Yeah.
Savage attack or vulnerable attack. There we go. Keep those both activated. Now Adair. Let's go into survival. And defensive. Deflection. Graceful retreat. Unstoppable. Defense against blinded, stuck, prone, hobbled, and dazed. Body control. Mental fortress. Bull's will. Bear's fortitude. Tender reflex. What to do? What to do? Scion of Flame. Blinded, struck, prone, hobbled, dazed attacks. Yeah, let's go unstoppable. I think that's going to be our best bet for Adair. And then Aloth. We're going to give him 1 to athletics so he can get that second wind ability. So let's do that. And 1 to survival, so he gets a little survival buff. And he gets 1 more 5th level spell. So AoE Terrified for 28 seconds. What does Terrified do? I can't click on it for some reason. Weird. I think we can assume what it does. There we go. Resolve and dexterity are reduced by 4. Accuracy reduced by 20 for all sources. Interesting. Target 21 to 30 freeze damage, stuck for 4.2 seconds, and a beam. Yeah, I liked that spell. Blast of Frost. Winter's Torment. Let's go Ninagath's Bitter Mooring. Yeah, Ninagath's Bitter Mooring. And a new talent. Excellent. So they can he can get a bonus to spell. Hardened Veil. Acolyte's Radiance. Allow this character to unleash a wave of spiritual energy similar to a Holy Priest's Holy Radiance. Might not be bad. Let's see what we can do here, though. Marksman. There's nothing really that bolster his attacks. Scion of Flame. Yeah, we could increase elemental damage. Sure, let's add freeze damage. Secrets of Rhyme. Sounds good. Sounds good. And we can also, let's have a look in his grimoire. See if he has any more freeze attacks. I'm just going to move the chat over here. Chill Fog. Yeah, that does freeze damage. Yeah. So let's have him learn some freeze spells. Let's have him learn some freeze spells here. We're just going to take a moment to specialize Aloth a little bit. We've never really done this. We've never really done this. So now's a great time. Okay. Calyx, Sunless Grasp. Yep, so it's freeze damage. Oh, we already know that one. Okay. Fleet Feet, Ghost Blades. Alright. What else do we have here? Jolting Touch, Fleet Feet, Parasitic Staff. Just one sec, guys. I'm going to be right back. I just have to take a quick 30-second bio. BRB. I did not unmute the microphone. There we go. Crackling bolt, fireball. Okay. What is this? Spirit shield. Blinding web, curse of black. Okay. Any other freeze spells? Not that I can see. Eldritch aim. Interesting. Like the right book here. Yeah. Bulwark against the elements. Yeah, I like that spell. I should learn that. Oh. Great. Says he's already learned it. Okay, I think that's it for freeze spells. So let's look at his grimoire now. So he can have 4 first level spells. We'll do Chill Fog and the Sunless Grasp for sure. Dazzling Lights, Wizard's Double. 2nd level spells. It's Curse of Blackened Sight. Bulwark against the elements. Necrotic Lance, Mirrored Image. 3rd level spells. Okay. We'll have those 4. 4th level spells and 5th level spells. Okay. That works for me. I don't know if that was the wisest choice, but...
Aye?
Aye? Let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah,
Let's
so
go.
somehow we didn't aggro these guys last time. We've mind controlled them. Baboom. Sounded like we got the level up sound there. Oh yeah, we did. There we go. So Durance. What have we got here? Fine breastplate. Durance and Grieving Mother. So let's go more into mechanics for Durance because he's our main lockpicker. Interdiction condemns a priest's foes, dazing an enemy in the area of effect. Inspired Flame. Faithful Magrin gain an accuracy bonus. Aggrandizing Radiance. No, we don't want that. We can give him a bonus spell. Might be helpful. Although he does have that awesome ring. Veteran's Recovery. Utility. Field Triage. No. Once per encounter, he can do an AoE daze. Self. Faithful Magrin gain an accuracy bonus. Plus 10 to sword and arquebus. Well, he's not using either of those. GM, how's it going, my man? Welcome back. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Thanks for dropping by. Well, I guess we can do... I guess we can do Interdiction. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties earlier with I installed the Windows update last night, and there was a Streamlabs OBS update as well, and Windows completely redid how they manage sound by putting like this built-in mixer in, and so OBS and Windows weren't speaking anymore. I had to set everything up all over again, and So it took me some time to kind of get up and running again today, but here we are. So I'm doing well. Now that we're up and running, we're good. All right, well, we give him, let's give him a bonus 4th level spell. Let's give him a bonus 4th level spell. I think that's going to be his best bet. I went out and I checked out one of your VODs of your campaign. It looked awesome. You guys have a really good setup there. I just went to look at the setup. I'll stop by on Sunday and stick around a little bit longer just to watch you guys live.
Right.
But yeah, it looks really good. Well done. Yeah, it's nice and clean, you know. It's not overwhelming. You've got the feed on the right side there for your roles and actions and that kind of stuff, and then the pictures are, you know, the windows are good, and yeah.
I shall be discreet.
Yeah, we've already looked into that. All right, let's continue on up here. Oh, we've got a lag effect. Just a couple. Just a couple. Just a couple. Adair is tanking, which is good. Are these guys even doing anything? Like, what's going on down here? Agina, I'm not sure why you're back there. Right. There we go. There we go. I feel like every time we save and reload, it reorders our party and gives everybody weird weapons. But, oh, there we go. Pelagina got a level. Perfect. Yeah, we'll keep specking athletics for her. Greater lay on hands. Here we go. Here we go. Definitely gonna go for that one. Well, no problem. Don't even have to think about it. Grieving Mother. You're stealthy. And, oh, you get detonate or tactical meld. Connects the mind of the cipher with an ally to gain an ally's knowledge of his or her enemy, bestowing an attack bonus upon the cipher towards the enemy the ally is attacking. Or detonate. 52 to 77 raw damage. Splinters the target's soul with sheer force, inflicting raw damage to them. Targets with low endurance explode, causing crush damage to all in the area of effect. You know what? I'm not like super interested in either of those actually. Maybe we'll pick another 4th level spell. An ally superficially takes on the form of a spirit. Their movement is increased, and many incoming crits, hits, and grazes are converted to a less severe result. That's kind of cool. Wild Leech. Body attunement. Yeah, let's go going between. Let's give her that. And Psychic Backlash invokes a retaliatory strike, stunning an enemy whenever they target the cipher's will defense. No, we don't want her really taking any damage, right? Once per encounter, she can stun them. Sure. You know what? Stunning an enemy whenever they target. So if somebody casting from afar on her and targets her will defense, invokes a retaliatory strike, stunning the enemy. You know what? Let's do that. I think that's better than it sounds.
Yeah.
I think it's better than it sounds. Gotta get the loots. What's over here? Blood moss. Tubes of stiff frozen mud rise from the ground. The warm air buffets your face. As you peer into them, you see shiny, jagged shards inside. Find the thermal pearl. You peer into this pool. The water is perfectly clear, but you don't see anything of note.
And what does the flame reveal?
Let's go.
Let's go. Man, these guys are annoying. Oh wow, something went down. Wow. Wow. Okay. We weren't ready for that. We were not ready for that. We were not ready for that. Let's try again. Oh my, they hit hard. Yeah, I don't know if I'm like just underpowered or...
Yeah.
I don't know. I seem to run into fights head first because we mained a fighter character, but it doesn't really work. Doesn't really bode well for us.
Nice and quiet.
So, find the hot springs, and we need to find the thermal pearl.
Be cautious.
Okay, we'll save it here.
Be
So we don't have to do that
constant.
again. And let's be a little bit more tactical here. Let's be a little bit more tactical. See if we can maybe pull these
Let's go.
guys line of sight. Not get the whole party. Not get the whole party. Oh.
Keeping quiet.
Oh, he died? Okay. Legofaith Sidewinder killed Legofaith. Oh, you know why? It's because we charmed him and then ran away. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now let's try and do the same thing.
That's it.
Let's try and do the same thing. See if we can pull just a couple. Yeah, that seems to be working. Yeah, we got one charm off. We only have to take a couple mobs at a time.
Shut.
Much better. Much better. I would say this is going much better. Obi-Wan says, think you might have gone wrong way and skipped an easier area. Did you go west of village, deal with ogre business? No, I went east right away.
Yeah.
So maybe I am in a harder area. But we're making it work. We're making it work. Well, there's no wrong way, just saying. Yeah.
Keeping an eye out.
I think I just need to be a little bit smarter with how I engage. But yes, you're right. This is a much harder area. They have this mass paralyze that they do. That's preventing us from getting heals off.
There's a lesson to be.
So that's one reason why we're struggling here a little bit.
I feel. Oh.
Come on, guys.
Let's burn this away.
There we go. Yeah. And I want to make sure we're not going to pull this other group to the left here as well. There we go. There we go. It wasn't pretty, but we got her done. We got her done. We got her done. Okay. Yeah, west area is easier and giving you easy gear to match the other areas. Well, it's a little late for that. We're already here. Thanks for the tip, though. Let's take a rest. I appreciate the tip, Obi-Wan. Very much appreciated.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Alright, now let's use some of our bigger spells to crowd control these guys a little bit. There we go.
That's it.
It's all about crowd control. It's all about crowd control.
What? That's no good.
Let's go.
Much better. Much better. I wonder if the new characters as well, like the White March characters, would fare better against these guys. Because I'm not using any of them in the party, so.
Sure.
If they've designed the level to for you to use those guys. Yetter's journal. Most of the few remaining pages are ruined with mud, but you can make out an entry near the end of the journal. Folkstag woke up this morning and saw my toes had turned blue. Spent the last of my fuel warming them up, but it only took me an hour to start the campfire this time. How far I've come. I passed a village yesterday and thought about stopping. A warm bed and a proper meal would have been a treat after almost a week in these mountains. But I don't want to lose track of my soul twin. Not when I'm so close. I dreamed of the cave behind the waterfall last night. I think that's where I'll find him. I'm not sure what else it could mean, but I'd better ... The next page is missing and the rest is unreadable. Okay. Grab that journal. Let's check in here for that. You brush the cloak of steam away from the pool. You think you see, but no. It's just a bubble rolling up from the depths. This pool is empty. Okay. 0 for 2.
Huh?
Slowly now.
Slowly now.
Slowly now.
Oh, there's another pool. Oh, and there's a Lagerfest.
Let's go.
Leave it to me.
Ba-boom. Looking into the pool, you see something round and iridescent resting on the bottom. Take it. You reach in, your flesh tingling in the warm water. You pull the sphere out. It's heavier than it looked, and its smooth, pearlescent surface shines as you turn it. You stick it in your pack. There it is.
Huh?
We got it.
Mm-hmm.
All that for a little pearl, eh? All that for a little pearl. This pearlescent ball is almost perfectly round. It fits comfortably in your cupped hand and is warm to the touch. Oh, I just hear my my dog barking. I'm just going to let her in real quick. I will be right back in 30 seconds. And we're back. Hello, hello. There we go. Just making sure that the mic is not muted. There we go. Okay, so we got the pearl. Here's one thing down. Let's head over this way now. Let's head over this way now. We're looking
quiet.
for...
Let's go.
Oh, some beetles. Alright, Aloth. I'm gonna put some of these guys to sleep here.
My mind.
Such a huge thing, just to keep everything crowd controlled.
That's it!
Makes these battles so much easier. And get a couple of picks.
That's not very...
Very beautiful. Beautiful. Not sure why Pelagini's not doing anything here.
Let's go.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Huh?
Not a bad battle. Not a bad battle. Alright, so that's... Oh. You feel someone nudge the small of your back. You turn around. No one's standing there, but you feel it again. Something is moving in your pack. You open your pack and hear a soft burbling sound. As you rummage through your belongings, something slick brushes your hand. It's a baby Lagufaith. It watches you with benign curiosity, eggshell fragments still stuck to its body. You're the first person it saw. It's going to think you're its papa now. That little four-armed fish baby is your son. I couldn't be happier for you. You have lost an item, pearlescent orb. You have gained an item, baby Lagufath. Oh. Ew. And it's a pet. Cool. Well, we have an actual baby still in our pack as well. So hopefully the Lagufath baby did not disturb the other baby. Okay. I think I can just put these away. Okay, so can we continue north here? Yeah, we could. Let's cross this bridge first. Let's fully explore this area. So the pearlescent orb is actually a Lagufath egg, is what we discovered.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Water trickles down glistening pillars and spears of ice. A few rocks peek out from between them. So the previous guy said that there was a cave behind the waterfall. Or the journal that we read. Ooh.
Aztec were the...
Alright, we're gonna do this again. Put some people to sleep.
How may I help?
No good.
Put some people to sleep. Give ourselves a stat bonus. And go berserk. We also need to not use crushing damage against these guys. Is what we found out. And Firebrand worked really well.
I feel...
There we go. There we go. Durance, you should not be tanking, my dude.
You're not getting through me.
There we go.
Let's burn this away.
That's it.
Don't even.
There we go. Okay, endurance. You're lacking here in the healing department, my man. You're lacking here in the healing department. Again. Pelagina, greater lay on hands, please. We lost him.
That's it.
Man, these guys are hitting hard. These guys are hitting hard.
That's not very helpful.
Why is Pelagina doing nothing? That I don't understand.
I'm ready.
Hey, leave it to me.
That I don't understand. It's like all our guys were standing around doing nothing for a second.
That's it.
I do not understand.
You're not getting.
There we go. Okay. Okay.
All right then.
All right then. All right, let that endurance come back up, and we'll save it, and we'll continue on. Anything down here? Let's have a look, shall we? I think we maybe got one more battle in us before we need to camp. One more battle in us. Oh, okay, so we can get... There's the cave behind the waterfall. Let's go check up here first before we do that. Let's go check. Shh. What is this?
Something over there. A simple test.
You cannot disarm this trap. Just trigger it? No. Not with my entire party there.
I can do that.
No.
I can do that.
Alright. Let's try it with...
I'm ready.
Hey,
a dare.
that's not nice.
Yes. Tane's chaotic orb. Okay.
That's not nice.
You can hear a woman wailing in the background.
Test.
Do you want to pick the lock? Yes, I do.
That's settled.
Camping supplies and Teandra Tara. Andra's tooth. Large Baroque teardrop-shaped pearls, most commonly found and traded by the amount. Cool. Excellent. Well, let's take advantage of the camping supplies we just found and top up our health because we're a little low. We are a little low. You know? Okay.
Huh?
Laying low.
Laying low. What's that sound? A wraith. Let's make sure we got the right weapons out again.
Hey.
Yep, all of
I'm
our
ready.
slashing weapons. This wraith is creepy. Okay. Let's go. Oh, so it's Cian Guala. That's Spectre. Alright. What does this do? Stuck affliction becomes an anchor for a frigid ray of energy. from the wizard that does freeze damage to creatures in its path. Alright. Let's open up with that on the farthest specter. See if we can freeze him in place. And yeah.
How may I help?
Here we go.
Lavaru beyond seek!
Okay, I'll move Aloth over here. See if we can extend that ray across all enemies. Pelagina's taking some serious damage there. Footman's engaging 3 specters right now. It's probably not... Oh no, he's back here. Who's this? Adair. Okay, that's good. Yeah, awesome. So we'll get Aloth kind of messing around with that. Yeah, let's just let him do his thing. There, Pelagina, sure, Footman, sure. You guys, get on this closest guy. I feel like Pelagina's gonna fall though.
I'm stuck.
Oof, so are we. No, we want that first, and then that. Alright. Pelagina! Durance, are you healing her?
That's it.
A little late there, buddy.
I'm yours.
A little late there, buddy. Alright, so Adair's got 2 guys over there. Footman, what are you, like, what's your status here? Speaker to the restless. Let's see if we can frighten them or something.
Hey.
So we need some serious heals going on here.
My thoughts were dull.
Can we knock down this thing? Yes, we can. Nice. That's huge. That's huge. Okay, Durance. Okay, Durance. Make sure you're healing. Make sure you're healing, my dude.
My mind feels sharpest.
Aspect worth and rough!
Alright, Adair's still... He's doing great against those specters over there. Alright. Not bad, not bad. I thought that was going to go a lot worse. There we go. There we go. Okay. Pelagina went down, but I mean that was a pretty big fight. Happy with that outcome. Happy with that outcome. So what did this laughing woman want? You trace fading outline and shapes in these panels. It looks like they were once a sequence of reliefs, but the images have worn away.
Yeah.
These panels have been worn smooth. In one, you can just detect the shape of a sword, and in the other, the stocky body of a dwarf.
They shall see nothing while I see
Check
much.
for traps. Check for traps. Before I pull Excalibur from the stone. Alright, let's have a look here.
Yeah.
What is this? Behind a frigid curtain of water is an alcove, its walls flecked with ice. In the middle, you see a rough stone pedestal, also glazed with ice from the falls. A cruciform hilt and a tapered blade protrude from the pedestal. Judging from the size of the hilt and the apparent length of the blade, you infer that it is knee stock. Examine the area. The alcove and the stone pedestal are little more than dilapidated ruins. Iced prized cracks in the stone and coats the slick floor. The estoc, what little of it you can see, appears to be in better condition. It seems odd that anyone would leave it here. However, as you get close to it, you hear what sounds like the screams and shouts of tormented souls. Okay. Pull the sword from the stone. Who will go? Grab the weapon and pull it out. You cross into the falls, gasping as the water douses you. Your breaths echo in the small chamber. As you approach the pedestal, you see the reflection of falling water running along the blade. You grip the hilt. The hate, fear, and violence of a dozen mad, gibbering voices fill your mind. You shudder through a wave of mental pain, struggling to hold the voices back. Grunts and cries of agony ring through the tiny space. Keep holding on. You maintain a tight grip on the sword, your arm shaking with effort. Eventually, you regain a measure of focus despite the clamoring voices. Yet, just as your breathing steadies and the cacophony subsides, something pulls your arms forward. It suddenly feels as if you're holding a heavy and painful burden. You could probably pull the estoc free, but it will be taxing without careful effort. Inspect the blade. The blade is of a fine, sturdy steel. It seems odd that someone would have left it in the stone. Oh, we already read that. Draw the estoc from the stone. You rip the estoc from the stone in an impressive display of brute strength. The blade rings with the force of your effort. One sec, guys. Just got a phone call. Oh, never mind. It went away. Yet, when you try to release the estoc, it remains stuck in your hand. You feel something within the weapon grasping at your soul and binding to it. When you look at the blade, you see new writing glowing from the metal. The Gray Sleeper. Whoa. What did we just do? It's a soul-bound two-handed estoc, bound to footman. 21 to 30 pierce deflection, DR bypass, cannot be unequipped. Fine, plus 4 accuracy, plus 15 damage, 10% chance to cast Paralyze on hit. Bind this item to unlock the next level. Decipher the first verse of the poem. Okay. Two-handed. The Gray Sleeper. So I can't equip any other weapon now. Okay. Can I move it over here? Nope. Okay. Decipher the first verse of the poem. So this estoc has a smooth, sturdy blade that tapers to a needle-sharp point. The groans of a dozen tortured souls ring from the metal, binding the weapon to the hand of its wielder for so long as the curse persists. A few verses are etched along the blade. 'Tis a traitor's fate to sleep and never rest, whilst knowledge of his deed stays lodged within his breast. But earnest penance heals the sorrowful man, and worthy actions stay the executioner's hand. A new verse appeared when the blade was drawn from the pedestal. It reads, "Seek the whirling agent made of copper, adra stone. Awaken first your essence so that you may atone." Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that is our new weapon for now. I mean, I'm glad it doesn't suck. 21 to 30 damage, so it's comparable. Cursed Fine, Spell Chance, Paralyze. Alright. That's that, I guess. That is that. Should we rest? We should. Let's go back to the town for a sec. And we're gonna rest there. I don't want to use our camping supplies just yet. We're gonna need them if we're headed into a cave. We are going to need them. Going to need them.
Some rest.
Come on. What's happening here? There we go. Whoops, sorry. Let's get some rest. We could also turn in that quest for the pearlescent orb to that young man. Tell him about the fact that it was an egg.
Back to warm your hands, eh?
I'd
Look,
like a
top
ring.
quality bear.
Please. Still gotta have manners, right? Still gotta have manners. Alright, we'll save it. And we'll head down, talk to the gentleman about orbs. I think he was down here. Fishery, or maybe down here, or maybe he was over at the fishery. I can't remember. Is it Okran? No. Is it Ista?
Oh, it's working! Yes! I can't believe it! It's really...
I don't think we've talked to her yet. The dwarven woman looks at you, a disappointed expression on her face. In her hands is a large rectangular box covered with strange dials and symbols. What's working?
My ore locating divination tool.
Cool.
Well, that's what it will be. I have to calibrate it. Right now it seems to think you're a copper deposit. My Animancer contacts did suggest that a particular strong soul essence might interfere. I'm more interested in minerals in any case.
Maybe I do have a strong soul.
I suppose that's possible. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, unfortunately.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to recreate the instruments that first led the Pargrin dwarves to this mountain. This is my latest prototype. Centuries ago, dwarves carrying tools just like this one followed their readings to what is now the battery. If I can recreate their work, then I may be able to find ore deposits elsewhere. I was hoping to test it, but my arrival was delayed by word of the ogre attack. I haven't been able to find anyone to venture up the mountain since.
Oh, I could go up the mountain for you.
Really? That'd be wonderful. I just have to adjust the device, you see.
Her hands move swiftly over the box, adjusting knobs and dials.
It should point you toward metal deposits. We already know the battery rests on some rich veins, but I was hoping to get a reading of the surrounding mountainside. If you can follow the readings to ore and bring back a sample, I can use it to refine the device.
I can try.
Thanks ever so much for this.
Alright, so we missed a quest there. Glad we found her. Where is that guy? Where is that guy?
Feels like it's hardly worth putting the huts back up.
Better than standing out here shivering.
Truth. Still need huts, my man. Huts never go out of style. Some Barath spell that we missed. Okay, so maybe he was up here? I thought he was standing outside the house. Quests. Is it this guy? Rayfeld.
If you weren't gonna fetch the liquor for me, you didn't have to tell Havric about it.
Oh, my
Now
bad.
he's banned me from the inn altogether.
Sorry, I figured I'd keep you out of trouble.
out of trouble. It was only a drink. Now I get to die sober when the ogres come back. Right, fair enough. What do you want?
Nothing.
So, you're back. Sure, ask away. Not sure what I can tell you, though. Right. Anything else, then?
Nope. You're good, Taliesin Jaffe. Is it Teodoro? The thermal... there you go. This came out of the thermal pearl. He looks past you and sees the creature waddling through the snow. His jaw flaps silently for a few seconds. I've never seen one so small, but the little fellow looks downright tame. He scratches his head. How about I buy it from you? The performers that pass through would take an interest in something like this. He bends down to look at the squirming Lagafeth. Don't do it. No, I'm keeping him. Whatever you say, just watch your fingers when he gets big. I'm still looking for something to take care of those dangerous folk roaming the area, if you're up to it. You said something about dangerous folk? We got our share of crazies out here. Most of them aren't even from the village. He laughs at his own joke. The latest groups I'd heard of were the Gleaming Society and the Sisterhood of Slacked Skull. But Renan Guild set aside some bounty money to see that these troublemakers were taken care of. You bring me the heads of their leaders and I'll give you payment. Okay. I want to know about the Gleaming Society. Crazy pack of radicals that wants to topple governments and kill the wealthy. Makes the War of Defiance look like a food fight. Duke Avar and the Regent of Red Saris both declared them illegal, which is probably the only thing those two would agree on. Or would have, before all that murder and mayhem in Defiance Bay. He frowned, scratching the back of his neck. Anyway, check Longwatch Falls to the east. That's where they were last seen. Who leads the Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull? That'd be Meztla. All of the members of the Sisterhood worship Bareth by sending as many folk back to the wheel as they can. He shivers. They've been poking around Durgan's battery, and well, only knows why, but you can understand why no one around here was pleased to hear about it. Passed through town recently. Didn't stay long, but they stopped at the Temple of Andra. You might see if Lafton knows something. If you come across them, be careful. They're unpredictable. Let's talk about something else. Leave.
Yeah.
Task completed. The thermal pearl. Great. So we're getting more quests. Kill Umar and take his head. Is that all? Taxes collected. Lost 440 copper to bandits. Earned 33 copper. Why are we losing so much to bandits? We have like a full keep. Bounty, Meztla. Kill Meztla. Don't we? Yeah, 8 out of 8 people are hired. I don't understand. Well, let's keep going on our keep. Purchase what we can. Alright, we can head back to Longwatch Falls. Now that we're all rested up. Now that we're all rested up, let's do it. Yeah, we're going to go a little later today, guys, because we started a little later. So, try and, we'll stream probably till, what time is it now? 4:19. We'll give it another probably half an hour or so. The cave. Let's head into the cave. Nothing like a good old cave. It's always good loot in a cave. I've never come out of a cave and then immediately regret it after I got to the other side. When it attacks, scores a hit. It does standard damage. Okay. Let's check for traps. This doesn't look like a trappy kind of cave, but you never know. You never know. Ice blights. Are they friendly? Or do they just not see me yet? Okay. The dragon turns its head to look at you. Its red eyes are clouded like dirty ice, and its sides have heave with labored breaths. Frosty plumes jet between its teeth. This may be the first cave that I regret going into. GM says, we're going to be doing some cross-stream games in 1.5 hours, tabletop games in Tabletop Simulator with some other streamers. Nice. You're free to join us if you're free. Cool, man. I will check it out for sure. I'll put it on. I got to get dinner started for us soon, but I'll put it on while I'm getting dinner prepped and have a watch. Awesome. The dragon turns its head to look at you. Its red eyes are clouded like dirty ice, and its sides heave with labored breaths. Frosty plumes jet between its teeth.
Leave now.
I just want to look around. The only sound the dragon makes is a hoarse growl, but you hear it as clearly as if it were spoken language.
I've no patience for trespassing vermin. Go, or I'll gnaw the living flesh from your bones.
Okay, what's the problem exactly? It pulls its lip into a snarl. You see something femur-shaped stuck between its teeth. What's the problem?
Consider it indigestion, and consider yourself lucky I've eaten.
Did you eat Ygator, the young man by the road?
Was that the rodent's name? I only know that he tasted mealy and lean.
The dragon probes the leg bone with its tongue. GM says, yeah, I mean, you're free to join us to play / stream along too if you ever want. It's every Thursday. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I would say normally I probably won't be able to. We usually start our D&D sessions at 5:30 on Thursdays. This week we're doing it on Friday, and then we're back to Thursday next week. So, but thank you so much for asking me. If I'm ever not DMing our D&D game, I will absolutely join you guys. It sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. I'll see if I can jump in tonight. I'm just gonna see what my wife says when she gets home. If I have some time tonight, I'll definitely come join you for sure. I really appreciate you asking. Thanks so much. He came looking for his soul twin. What did that have to do with you?
Centuries I've lived. I won't share my soul with some mewling youth.
Okay. Wait, you're his soul twin? Why did you kill him?
While he lived, his suffering became mine. And as he drew closer, his weakness infected my essence. I can never be strong while a soul twin of mine lives.
I take it you've been through this before.
Since I was a worm, sudden fits of agony and terror would paralyze me. I was a prisoner to experiences that weren't mine.
The dragon's tail slowly coils and uncoils.
Eventually, I noticed something similar in my fellow hatchlings. I felt their cries and shrieks become mine as they nipped and flew at one another.
Go on.
I killed as many of the other hatchlings as I could. I felt their pain, but I also felt parts of their souls become mine.
Its slitted pupils widen at the memory.
I slaughtered and devoured, and the scent of blood drove my siblings into a frenzy. Our nest became a maelstrom of chaos as we fought, dying and feeding together. At last, only a handful of us were left. We were sickened by all we'd consumed and suffered.
What happened to the hatchlings that survived?
I eventually hunted down some of my missing siblings. Others returned to me in other skins and other lives, as that boy did.
I understand. You do what you must to survive. Could you have grown stronger by uniting with your soul twins? Killing your soul twins was wrong. Your reasons don't change that. Perhaps another of your soul twins has done the same. One day you may find yourself at the mercy of someone stronger. Caution is the crutch of the weak. It pays to strike first. Could you have grown stronger by uniting with your soul twins?
Remaining fettered to them, hoping they never think to turn on me.
Something churns noisily in the dragon's stomach.
As interesting as this conversation has been, I've had enough of it.
Don't start a fight you can't win, dragon. Sure. Let's try the might option. It looks at you, still crunching and splintering the bone between its teeth. Finally, it swallows the jagged mess.
Yet what will you offer me if I let you go?
I'll spare your life, worm. As a watcher, I could sever your connection with your soul twins. I've gathered plenty of treasure on my travels. I'll give you a share of it. As a watcher, I could sever your connection with your soul twins. I don't know if I can do that. Let's continue down the might path. I will spare your life, worm.
I tire of your bravado. If you can offer me nothing better, then at least you'll satisfy my hunger.
Oh, and we get all those blights. Okay. I don't think we're gonna win this battle.
My thoughts were done.
No. We are not gonna win this battle.
My thoughts were done.
So, maybe we could strike a deal with it. Maybe we could strike a deal with them instead. Yeah, no way we're gonna fight a dragon. Let's see if we can sever the soul ties. Let's see if we can sever the soul ties. I think that's our best bet.
Sure.
What was this potion? What is this potion? Okay.
Yeah.
If secrets whisper here,
See if
I
we
shall
can find
listen
anything else. Yeah, there's a whole room of guys plus the dragon. We're not gonna fight and win this battle.
Leave. Now I've no patience for trespass. Consider it indeed. Was that the rodent's name? I only know that centuries I've lived. While he lived, I can never be since I was a worm. Eventually, I noticed I killed. At last, only a I eventually hunted down some of my missing siblings. Remaining as interesting. Yet what will you offer? Lies! You would make me vulnerable. How foolish I was to nearly fall for your tricks.
I mean you no harm. Okay.
You cannot venture.
So that also does not work. I feel like maybe this is somewhere we would come back to. I feel like we are not equipped to fight a dragon. Plus a room full of bad guys. Yes. Yeah, we don't have the... We don't have the wherewithal to fight a dragon just yet. just yet. All right, let's continue north.
Would you kill the messenger?
If he were as an...
What's going on with our sound? Stop that. There we go. Oh. Sometimes there's sound glitches. I'm not sure why. Well, well, well. Fighting dragons. Very, very tricky. So we can head up to Durgan's Battery from Longwatch Falls, or we could head east. I feel like we should head to Durgan's Battery from Stalwart Village. So actually, why don't we finish going? Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's change trajectory. Let's go back to Stalwart Village, and then we'll head west on the advice of Obi-Wan. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're much better equipped to fight ogres than dragons. Russet wood, 8 hours, no problem. No problem. I just want to say thanks to everybody that's hanging out in the chat, lurking. Really appreciate you guys being here, watching the stream. Hope you're enjoying yourselves.
And what does the flame reveal?
What does the flame reveal? Hello?
Let's go.
This guy's not too hard. This guy's not too hard. Super Murderer. Just got the achievement Super Murderer. What is that? Complete the game killing 1,200 or more creatures and NPCs.
Yeah.
Okay. We're a Super Murderer now. Can't believe we've killed 1,200 creatures. That's crazy.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Alright. Let's continue on. Ever read? What's this? A simple shrine is covered in a thick layer of snow, fallen leaves and feathers. A pair of curving bones flank the altar. Examine the shrine more closely. The shrine does not appear to be frequented very often, though traces of old candle wax line the edges of the stone. Under a dusting of frost, you note a rectangular section of the altar's surface that seems to be cleaner than the rest, as if someone once rested here. Touch the altar. You feel a tingle run up your arm as you set your fingers to the altar. In the instants after the wind seems to die down, the sounds of the wilderness growing muted to your hearing. Then you hear a sudden low growl, quickly joined by more. A vision strikes you like a sudden memory, though it is unbound by time or place. Within a sea of darkness, you see a great beast, formless save for its gleaming fangs. It growls and snaps with increasing desperation and savagery, and for a moment you feel its rage is your own. A possessive fury that tears at you. Something has been taken, your territory threatened, and the price for it will be blood. The vision fades just as swiftly as it came. The altar stands silent and still, and the air fills again with the occasional trill of birdsong. Okay. The hunter's favor. Interesting.
Right. Steady does it.
Anything up here? Just gonna move the chat over. No? Okay. Are those legs? Boots! Boots of speed. Plus 30 movement speed. Nice. I think they have somebody that needs boots. Might be Aloth. Yep. Okay.
Slowly now.
Pale elf. Hello. A group of elves stands in a scattered ring around an ogre, but they do not appear to be engaged in battle. The ogre is bound with rope, and one of the elves tugs harshly on the line tied around the ogre's neck. This is pointless, beast. You won't get anywhere being stubborn. The ogre only snorts angrily and pulls back on the rope. Two other elves prod him somewhat timidly with their poleaxes. The ogre does not budge. Hey, Vamaril. One of the elves has turned to look at you, motioning at the man occupied with the ogre. The elves turn to look at you, hands falling to their weapons. Vamaril gives a final sharp yank on the rope before he turns as well. What are you doing to that ogre? This creature will accompany us to Wasteland. We've had some trouble on the roads, but having an ogre along should put an end to it. I purchased him from some slave hunters, not far from here. Looking to recoup their expenses, I expect. He grunts. Not sure he is worth quite so much coin. Need some help? A kind offer, but we have it under control. The beast came along meekly enough before. I'll have it so again shortly. Punch the nearest elf. Might 18. You stride forward purposefully and knock the elf flat with one solid blow to the jaw. The other elves turn, startled. As they heft their weapons, the bound ogre takes advantage of the commotion and hauls backward, tearing the rope free from his captor's hands. With a triumphant roar, the ogre pulls apart the bindings on his arms. Stop that ogre, but don't damage my property, and bring me that fool's head. I'm not sure why we did that. I'm not sure why we just punched an elf. I feel kind of like Anchorman. Like, why did we just punch an elf? I don't know.
Don't even slow it down.
So we're gonna target the ogre last.
Let's go. Let's go.
You're all dead.
Let's go.
I mean, that's really the only option that it gave us, right? Punch the closest elf. Ooh, got a bitter cut. One-handed saber. Have a look at that.
Right.
Everything else can go to the stash. Bitter cut. 16 to 23 damage. Minor spellbind, infestation of maggots, minor spellbind, vial of thorns, and sickening. Interesting. Interesting. Once per rest. Grants Violent Thorns twice per rest. I think we're okay. I think we're good. Alright.
I'll see what I can find.
Let's see what we can find. Continue on our journey.
Don't fear for me, Watcher. I may be large, but walking the coals has made me light on my feet.
Never worry about you, Durance.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh.
Worth and Roth.
My mind feels sharp.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Another cave. Wolf cave. Hopefully,
I'll see what I can find.
Yeah, Jim says it's just a dragon. How hard could it be? It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. I would say CR rating 22.
Let's go. Let's
Adult white dragon.
Let's go.
And it was voiced by one of Critical Role's cast members, Taliesin Jaffe.
Let's go.
So you know it had some
Let's go.
extra perks. Chunked him. Get chunked. Ooh, Greyjaw's hide. I feel like that was a quest item. Plus 15 trap accuracy, minus 1 weapon change recovery, plus 1 dexterity. Day 4, took down another stag today. Hunting journal. Oh, that's good. We got some camping supplies.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Some more ogres. We'll go down pretty easy.
Let's go. Let's
Chunked
go.
them. Oh, there's more ogres. There are more ogres. The cannoneer. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Let's go.
It's a cool concept. Ogre cannoneer.
That's it.
I like that.
Let's go.
Knock him down.
Let's go.
My mind feels.
Another cave.
Be cautious.
Many caves.
Be constant.
Many caves around here. Let's see what's up top here. Ooh, more camping supplies. 7 lockpicks. We're like swimming in lockpicks now. Nice. All right. Well, I think we'll do a little save ski. And I think that's where we're going to call it for today, guys. So just want to say thanks again to everybody that stopped by. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow, hopefully at regular time between 11 and 3. So yeah, shout out to you guys for stopping by again, Obi-Wan and GM. You guys have been awesome just popping by this week. Hopefully I'll be able to watch you, GM, tonight, play some board games. If not, maybe I'll be able to join you. We'll see you. But yeah, thanks for popping by, and have a great rest of your day.